Happy greetings, everyone. I'm Crystal Forman. I'm the owner and educator of Holistic Wellness and Health, where we make healthy living easy, nutritious, delicious, and fun, with a focus on plant-based foods to help you live a healthier and more vibrant life. So if you can see and hear me okay, please let me know so that I know I'm not talking to myself and you all can actually see and hear everything I'm saying. And also, if you're watching this live, put in hashtag live, say hello, let me know you're here. And if you're watching the replay, put in hashtag replay and let me know that you watched. All right, so today, yes.
Oh, Ernestine says hi from New York.
Ernestine, yes, from New York. I hope the weather's not so bad up there right now. Yeah, and I love that you're always watching. Appreciate it. Yeah, so we are broadcasting on the YouTube channel, which you can actually see the information. So make sure you subscribe, which is youtube.com/holistic wellness and health. And then we are also broadcasting on the Black Vegetarian Society of Maryland's Facebook page and Holistic Wellness and Health. Yes.
And Adrian Butler says hi from SS Maryland. SS Maryland.
SS? Let me show you this. Okay. Yes. Hi, Adrian.
South Shore. I don't know.
Let us know what SS means, because I'm over here like trying to figure that out. Okay.
Salisbury State. No. Okay.
Oh. I don't know. So today, everyone, we are making our easy skillet potatoes and onions.
Oh, Silver Spring. Thank you. I should have known that.
Yes, thank you. Now I feel like yes. Thank you for tuning in and saying hello as well. So we're doing our easy skillet potatoes and onions. Super easy. It does take a little while to cook, longer than some other dishes because it's potatoes. But we're going to get started. I have my avocado oil here. It cooks well on high heat, and it doesn't smoke like as fast as some other oils. So I like to use this. I've been using grapeseed oil and avocado oil a lot more lately, just enough to really coat the bottom of the pan. About a quarter cup of oil. These are basically going to be almost like fried potatoes. So making sure our pan gets hot. And I've already started with a warm pan. I just put the oil in, and I'm going to put in the equivalent of one large yellow onion. But this is great with red onions if you have that, or even Vidalia onion. I'm going to get that in. I have it on high right now. I'm going to let that start to just get tender, caramelized just a little bit. Really, we're going for translucent here. So this is thinly sliced. While that is going, we're going to take our green pepper, bell pepper, but you can use whatever sweet pepper you want. So if you have the little small sweet peppers, just use several of those, or red, yellow, orange, purple, any of those will work well. So I'm actually using a female pepper. I like to get female peppers because they're a little sweeter than the male peppers. And you can tell it's a female pepper because it has 4 lobes. The male peppers only have 3. Sometimes you'll see a pepper with 5 lobes, and that's still female. 4 more, we have a female. So I'm just gonna cut around this. We will be in spring before we know it, even though it doesn't seem like it. But if you have an organic pepper, you can save these seeds. Most green peppers have over 100 seeds in them. So you can get a lot of pepper plants from this. Turn my heat to medium. Right. All right. I'm just gonna spice up my bell pepper here. I'm using this is a large green bell pepper, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just dicing.
Oh, Adrian Butler says never knew about male and female sweet peppers.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Are other peppers like that as well, like jalapeno and whatnot?
I don't know about that actually. I should check that out. Because really, when you look at a jalapeno, it's just it's smooth on the bottom. So I don't know how to tell the difference. You can usually tell the difference with certain plants by looking at the flower, but once it becomes like a full mature plant, I'm not sure about the other ones. Yeah, something to check out.
And Davida Taylor says that was good to learn about the peppers.
Cool. Yeah. There's a difference. Like sometimes it's a good time to use red for use the male peppers. Like if you don't want you want like a more I wouldn't say tart. It's just not as sweet. Like females are just sweeter. So at least when it comes to the peppers. Yeah. And if you use like a red pepper or a yellow pepper, that's usually a little sweeter as well. I'm just gonna put my diced green pepper in. Onions are starting to brown a little bit. That's okay. I have the heat on medium now. And don't have my fresh garlic. Give me 1 second though.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. All right, so I have the dehydrated garlic, minced garlic here. And I'm going to treat it just like I would if this were a fresh garlic. So I'm just going to put in about 2 teaspoons. When I add some moisture, it'll moisten up. Yeah, if you have fresh garlic, you can use about a one nice plump, 1 to 2 garlic cloves. Totally up to you how much garlic you want to put in yours. The recipe is I'll put the link in the chat area, the comment section. So it's on the website at holistic-wellnessandhealth.com and /blog. If you go to that, you'll see all of the recipes and different topics there as well. So that is going nicely. I'm going to go on and add my spices. So I have 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, which is optional, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of, no, this is 1/8 teaspoon of, black pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and about 1/2 teaspoon of my pink Himalayan salt. So I'm just going to put that all in. And that's just the red pepper flakes. Put that on in there. Nice. I'm just going to stir that together. So the nutritional yeast helps to add like a nice nutty cheesy flavor to this. So if you like cheesy potatoes, that's a great way to go. I'm going to add a little water. So I'm going to start off with about a 1/4 cup of filtered water. So that's about 6 ounces of filtered water here. And so this is where a lot of people kind of mess up with their potatoes. So I feel like potatoes and onions should be the easiest thing, but a lot of people just don't get the flavors right. So I'm going to put my potatoes in now, and I will talk about the tips and stuff. So these were a lot of small potatoes here to make it equivalent of about 6 medium. So you want to get it nice and coated. Make sure you're getting your flavors all on your potatoes while they cook. If you have Italian seasoning, you can add that. If you want to just like change up the flavoring for this, you can do that each time you make this. This is like the base, like with nice amount of flavors. Even though I did use fresh onions, I still added the onion powder because that adds like another dimension, another level of flavor. So I have it on medium heat right now. I'm gonna let it finish cooking. So you want to put the top on. Actually, I'm gonna turn it just a little bit. You want to put the top on just to let it cook a little faster. My potatoes were cut into about a 1/2 inch. So these are small potatoes I got from our produce box from the Plantation Park Heights. Sometimes they're bigger, but these are, like I've had them for a couple of weeks now. They haven't been able to do the produce boxes in a few weeks. So the smaller you cut them, the faster it'll cook. So about 1/2 inch is good thickness. If you have more time and you want like a bigger, like if you want them this size, you can do that as well. It just takes a little longer to cook. So this will take about 15-20 minutes. But let me give you some tips because I've had some very bland potatoes and I don't understand. So make sure that you do add a little water to it. That helps it like cook through and steam. If you just do oil, it takes longer. There is moisture in our potatoes, but it just takes longer for it to actually cook. So just add a little water that actually helps with the flavors getting into your potato as well. As the water cooks off, your potatoes will start to brown. Because I like my potatoes a little browned. If you need to, you can add more oil. Usually I don't need to. Once that water cooks off, you still have enough oil coating your potatoes that it'll start to get nice and brown, like a nice golden brown on it if you want that. Yeah, so that's one of the main things, yes.
And Adrian Butler asks, can I use sweet potatoes?
Oh, yeah. So I've done sweet potatoes, kind of like sweet potato hash or sweet potatoes skillet style. I just change up the seasoning. So I would use some brown sugar if I'm using it, and some cinnamon, as well as I've done it with maple syrup as well. So whatever sweetener you want to use, and nutmeg. Then you can get a little fancy with it, add either clove or ginger. I love ginger powder and that type of stuff. But yeah, you could totally do that on the stove. About the same size because sweet potatoes take a while to cook as well. But you could totally do a stovetop. Actually, I did a video, I don't remember, a few months ago on doing a stovetop sweet potato for people who didn't want to turn the oven on or who don't have an oven. Like if you just want to use your sweet potatoes. You don't want to microwave it, you can do it on the stove. Yeah, that's a great question. So it's going to have a nice sauciness in there. All of that's going to cook down. When you're cooking your potatoes, you want to make sure they also cook all the way through. I've been to some restaurants where I've bitten into the potato and it was not done all the way. And so just taste a couple of them and make sure it's done, especially if you're doing this like for brunch or something. I know we're not doing too many family gatherings yet, but this is a great dish to do as a brunch. And you can just put it in a container and put it like sternos under it, and it'll keep warm all day. And it gets even more flavorful throughout the day. Yeah, it's like a couple of hours. If you want to add more flavors to this, definitely, I love Italian seasoning with this. And you want to get like a little more curry, you could use curry or cumin. Turmeric is cool too. Turmeric has a great anti-inflammatory properties as well as cumin. And if you do that, you want to make sure you're adding like a red pepper or cayenne pepper or even black pepper. And whenever you're using something like turmeric and even cumin, just to make sure you're getting the actual chemical compound of the curcumin, which is what helps with the anti-inflammatory properties. So I'm going to let this continue to cook. I believe on the screen it talks about the Holistic Wellness Reset. That program starts this Saturday, the 27th, and you can definitely check out the link to register for that. And it's a 12-day, really it's 2 weeks program where you get recipes, information on mindset and wellness, as well as guidance in our private Facebook group. So it's a separate one from our main group, which you can also join. It's Healthy, Vibrant Life with Holistic Wellness and Health. So check that out. It's a free Facebook group to join, and we have recipes, tips, and all of that great things. Those great things in there. So I'm just going to take that away, and I think we're good. So yeah, if you are, no, you're fine. If you are watching this live, to say hi, let me know you're here. I'm going to just show our potatoes again. I love to do potatoes with basil and thyme as well. Actually, I doing like a minimalist for this right now, though. For those who are just tuning in, the recipe is posted. So you can check that out. We'll leave this on for a few more minutes. Let it get nice and tender, and then we'll take the top off so that it can actually start to brown. So if you leave the top on, if you don't want it brown, you can leave the top. So we did add the nutritional yeast, which adds not only the nutty flavor and that umami flavor, but it adds B12 and protein as well as some fiber. So the B12 is really great for your nervous system. It's great if you have neuropathy, like from diabetic neuropathy, which is nerve pain. It's great for your stress levels. A lot of people take B12 shots for stress. So you can actually get it by eating it and a nice, easy nutritional supplement, basically, but it tastes good too. Yeah. Did we have anything?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed you mentioned the umami flavor from the nutritional yeast. Would miso paste work in this?
Yes, it would, but I wouldn't put it in yet. So If you put it in now, it'll get that flavor. It'll taste really good. But you'll be cooking off all of those great probiotics because miso is actually a fermented dish, a fermented food. So it's from our soybeans that's been fermented. It's very salty, it has great rich flavor. But I will wait until it's basically done. Take it off the heat and then add it in. Maybe add a little water to it to make it more of a paste and then stir it in so it mixes better. Tamari is good to use. If I were to use tamari with this, I would not use the pink salt. I did use pink Himalayan salt today, which has 84 minerals in it and a nice clean flavor, so I like that salt. But any sea salt will work really well. I'm not a fan of iodinized salt. We do need iodine in our diet, but the iodinized salt has been bleached and has chemicals and all that types of stuff, and it only has 2 minerals. So I'd rather go with something else. There are other ways to get the iodine, especially if you're a vegetarian or vegan. You can do like the iodine supplements are really inexpensive. You can eat seaweed, kelp, all of those things have it as well. Spirulina. So there are other ways to get your iodine naturally. So you don't need to feel like you have to use the salt or other methods to get it. Yeah. So that is cooked. So make sure, I told you I got the potatoes and the onions actually from the Plantation Park Heights food giveaway, which is usually every Thursday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time at 3811 Park Heights Avenue in West Baltimore City. A lot of programs throughout the country are doing produce box programs, so just check your area to see what's available. I know BC has some programs as well, and throughout Baltimore City there are a lot of programs. So you can go to my blog section, go back to November, and you'll see some of the locations where you can get produce boxes as well as staples like breads and stuff like that. It's slightly dated, but if you go to it, you can check. It's through Baltimore City's site. You can see the updated distribution centers. Some things have changed. Yeah, definitely also support your local farms. A lot of farm stands will be opening up soon. It'll be spring soon, and make sure you're going to the farmers markets or going to their farm stands to support, especially our small urban farms wherever you are in the country or in the world. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, I am wearing my Plant Pusher shirt from my friend Nicolo. He sells these shirts, and for each sweatshirt and shirt that he sells, goes like a meal is purchased for someone in need, a vegan meal. So definitely support him. I believe it's plantpusher.com or .org, but just if you can Google it, Plant Pusher and Nicolo, and it'll come up. So make sure you support him as well. I love the work that he's doing. And this is a great shirt. You'll probably see me wear this a lot. You've probably ever seen me wear it a few times. I have the t-shirts as well. It's very comfortable. It's a great shirt. So definitely, and it's a great cause. So if you can support that as well. Yeah. So let's check on this.
What would a dish like this complement?
So I love this because it can leave. So you see the water has evaporated off. So now it's going to start browning. There's not much water in there anymore. So it's already starting to kind of stick, which is going to be our browning. Yeah. So this will complement, really depends on what you're going for. So I think this is a great breakfast, lunch, or dinner meal. So like if you're going to do potatoes and like vegan fish or like chicken or something like that, like fish and chips, that would be good with this. You can treat it like hash browns and do it with tofu. I have a great tofu scramble recipe that goes really well with this. Tonight is going to go with some vegan hot dogs, which I normally don't eat, but I'm eating them tonight because I'm not home. So I'm out and about. Yeah. So I'm out and about. So I am going to just pair it with something different, something I normally don't eat. But yeah, you can pair it with whatever you want that you normally do potatoes with. I think what else? Just like a sandwich would be good with it. I would probably save some of this and have some vegan sausage for tomorrow. But I love breakfast for dinner. So like pancakes and this, even though this is very starchy, that's a good, delicious tasting meal at least. And you can add some protein to your pancakes if you want. So yeah. What would you do?
I really like what we're doing tonight with the vegan hot dogs,
Mhm.
and I made rolls.
Homemade rolls.
Yes, homemade hot dog rolls.
Yes, actually, I
Did
should grab
you?
them.
Yes.
Let me grab them.
And I'll show off the potatoes while you're getting them.
So for anyone who's interested in learning how to do some bread, David has been making a lot of bread lately, homemade bread, and so we're going to get him on camera, and I'll be behind the camera, and he'll show us how to make some delicious, easy to make bread because we like easy. So this is it. Some of them came out a little big, but they look really good. We already tasted a we had like a little mini one to try, like a little we made a sample size just to taste it, and it's absolutely delicious. So and it's really a nice, quick, super easy recipe. Just a few tricks to make sure you get it to rise well and do all of the things that bread needs to do. But we'll get him on camera and have him show us how to make some nice homemade rolls. Yes. So that'll be cool. Yeah. So let's check on our potatoes one more time. You can see starting to brown. Awesome. And if you need to add more water, you can. Let me see how tender that is. Yeah, that could use a little more water. Some of them are getting tender. So we're gonna I'm gonna add just a little bit more of my filtered water in a moment. Turn this down to medium low.
So how long did you say you recommend they cook on the stove?
At least 25 minutes, and it's only been about like 20, so it hasn't been quite long enough. I'm gonna add just a little more filtered water to this, and then let that cook off again. If you feel like you need to when you're making this, you can add some more oil as well. This is a hard dish to do oil free. Like some of my dishes, I can tell you easy ways to make it oil free. Um, I mean, unless you're baking it, it's a little harder to do this particular one and get it like brown. But if you just want to boil, like just keep adding water to it, you can do that. So that's something you can do. I don't think it'll brown nicely, but it'll still taste good, especially with the right flavors in there. So yeah.
Yep.
So some people might add some hot sauce to their potatoes. You can do that as well. Just add just a little filtered water to this and letting that cook some more. But yeah, it'll be done in just a few moments. We'll give it maybe another 5-10 minutes. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. If you're watching this on a replay, make sure to tag me, Crystal Forman, or tag at Holistic Wellness and Health, and just to make sure I actually see the comment and I can respond to your comments. You just or question. So just make sure you tag me because I don't always see if you don't tag because it's hard for me to keep going back. Just let me know. And I think that is it for me. So does anyone have anything else? Nope. All right. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all this Friday for our live at 5 and 5 p.m. Eastern time. And make sure you check out our upcoming events as well. So we have our Holistic Wellness Reset that'll be starting this Saturday. So thank you so much. Peace, love, and blessings, everyone. Take care.